guys, welcome back to Creatively Crafted Life. My name is Melanie. I am going to tidy up another area that's driving me a little bit crazy, and that is my 8.5 by 11 cardstock storage. This happens all the time, and that is because I have a ton of these folders. Here, I'll pull one out so you can see what it looks like. They're actually job ticket folders. I've got like a name on the tab and a number, and I basically store each by manufacturer / color. And as you can see, I have quite a bit, and it's kind of a pain to move them in and out. And I have since discovered that I don't really care who the manufacturer is, and that I usually go more for shades of a certain color. And so I think I'm going to start combining these, which should also help reduce some of the space, because of course these pockets would take up room. And ideally what that would do is eliminate this mess if I can make this a little bit easier. So I'm going to be using some mesh bags that I got off of Amazon. Okay, so these are the bags that I'm going to be using. I think I can get way more in these bags than in those job ticket holders. And my plan is to add a tag or something at the end of the color. And to be real, if I could get one bag per color, that would be amazing. I don't think that's going to happen. So I'm going to split it into tones or shades, I guess, maybe. I'm not sure what the correct term is, but like a light, medium, and dark. And we'll see how far we get. So I am going to move these over, and then I will show you what this looks like. Well, I ran out of bags. So this is done. I've done up to most of the blues, I think. Just a couple little pieces left. I still got purples and neutrals. You would think that I would have gained a whole lot more space given. I'll show you what this looks like. I have a stack of cardstock to trim down, and I've got all those folders. Interesting. Anyways, I have an order in with Amazon to get some more bags, and I will reconvene here in just a few minutes. Okay, so I have switched everything over, and some of these need to be just pushed in. I do need to label these. That's quite clear. So I have to do that yet, but I did take out that foam core shelf that I used, so that freed up a little bit of space. I might even be able to sneak another shelf in here, because I've got space up here too, so that's kind of exciting. And let me show you the other shelf that I have paper on. I'm not sure this is going to stay here either, but this used to be in the closet. I've moved this out, and then all of those small little drawer units that I used to have that had backup supplies, I think I showed it in one of my, like in the adhesive video, I moved into the closet. That's that whole zone idea where the stuff that you use more often is out in the open, and the stuff that you use less often is tucked away. So I am using these Totally Tiffany bags. Unfortunately, I've got two different versions. I wish they were all the same. I think it looks neater, but it is what it is. So I'm going to be translating or transferring some of these over, I think, into those as well. So I will be back shortly to show you what this all looks like. Okay, so I got more of those bags in, and these have all been transferred over. Obviously, I still need to label, which is the next step. And I'm thinking that we might do some swapping and have all the paper together. Yeah, I'm thinking. I'll be back. Seriously. Sometimes the easiest projects turn into the biggest mess. So here are all my colored cardstocks, 8.5 by 11, and they extend down here. Then I go into some whites, but the whites that I have big bulk amounts of are down at the bottom. Some specialty and some other various items in those. These are mostly labeled. The only thing I'm thinking about is that maybe I want to take these out of the clamshells and put them in the same bags as these, and these still need to be labeled. I'm still thinking about it, so that's why that's not done. The ones at the bottom need to be labeled. The only problem is that these are right at the very bottom, so even if I do label them, they're going to be hard to read, and these are literally all different white cardstocks that I use for different purposes. So I got to come up with a labeling system that from the top I can tell what it is that I want, I think. Okay, let's talk about the rest of this bookshelf. You'll notice that I have some black shelves. Well, I have been waiting for months for a.k.a. to bring in the white, and they just seem to have problems with it. So I eventually went and just bought some black ones. If it really irritates me to have a mismatched color, I have thought about lining them with shelf liner and having all of them lined with shelf liner. So that would be how I would deal with that. But for now, I just want the place functional. Pretty much this entire bookshelf is paper related. So I have like envelopes and card bases here. These are my card starts. You guys have seen those in many videos where I just work on them a little bit at a time. I've got some specialty cardstock. I'm not loving that, but may need to change. And then I've got some flat stickers that I use for art journaling. Down here are my 6x8 paper pads. Then my 6x6 loose papers, and I have a little bit of extra, so I need another bin for that. And these are some small kits. I have some tools here. I'm not sure that those will stay, but they fit, so we're going with it. Here are my scraps, which I also call panels. I like to pre-cut my cardstock scraps so that I have them readily available, and I no longer call them scraps. Over here is my bash kit. I need to relabel that. I'm not sure if I'm keeping these trays yet, still thinking about it. And then over here, I have like some journaling cards, that kind of thing, which ties in to the fact that I have my Project Life cards on that shelf down there. You can't really see it. Let me see if I go down. So those are my Project Life cards. So that is this bookshelf. Let's go over to the other one where the cardstock used to live. Okay, this is where the cardstock used to live, and now I am trying to put the majority of my embellishments over here. So I've got some hearts and stars in the various colors, Chibitronics. This I'm not sure is going to stay here. That's like more resource material. I've got glitter trim, quilling supplies. I don't think that's going to stay there. I think I might put those in an iris bin. Embellishments, tags, more embellishments. Here's all my die cut sticker binders, more binders, washi tape, and then this here I need to reconfigure. Think I'm going to move whatever embellishments I have on the third shelf over if it fits. So let me show you where that one is standing currently. Okay, I'm just going to pan through this particular bookshelf. These are the embellishments and stuff that I think can move over to the other one. I'm hoping I can fit those in the bottom section. I have basically an empty shelf. These are some of my coloring tools, basically half an empty shelf. These are all journals and resources. These are little golden book covers, a decorative plate that I want to use for embellishment, some miscellaneous hardware, and I'm not sure what else is in there, and that is also empty. So just as I've been moving things around, this one is becoming more and more empty, but these bottom two shelves I consider zone 4 because I do have this cart over there. I still would like to get rid of a cart, but that's a discussion for another day. And I can't leave off this video without showing you my desk. So yeah, I've got resources. These are resources. These are tools, another decorative kind of element that I'm hoping to say works in progress. You got it. It's a mess. It's a mess. But I am going to leave off here today because this was all about the cardstock, and I think I've pretty much got that sorted out. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and sorry I'm leaving you with a bit of a cliffhanger, but be sure to come back because you know this is going to be the next project I'm tackling. Thanks again, and until next time, happy organizing.